Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So it looks like Bitcoin wants to break above that $70,000 level. I gotta say, it's not looking like Bitcoin wants to remain bearish much longer. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at about 68,900. And over the last couple of days, we have seen a bit of a reversal. Bitcoin did go back down to about $66,000. We did see a bit of an uptick yesterday. It did get as high as 69,000, but was not able to breach that $70,000 level. And now we're just seeing Bitcoin price just kind of taking a bit of a breather. So at the time of this recording, we're seeing Bitcoin at about 69,000 on the dot. And analysts are suggesting the same thing that I've been saying over the last couple of weeks now. I think we're going to see the summer period as this consolidation phase for Bitcoin price. And I think it's going to get pretty hard to get above that $70,000 level. If we just kind of say that 70,000, anything above 70,000 is basically all-time high, because 70,000 is that psychological level. Even though we know 74,000 is that ultimate price, the consolidation below $70,000 is going to be, or rather is, an important point in this bull cycle. So Bitcoin may not be yet consolidating below new all-time highs, with Bitcoin price rejecting above $70,000. And this is just giving you some more insight on that with some more details. BTC price liquidity has thickened into weekly closes. So guys, data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView shows strong performance by BTC to USD, which briefly passed 69,500 before consolidating. The weekend upside, which some market observers predicted, nonetheless remained capped by familiar resistance zones. So we're seeing strong resistance, guys, in and around $70,000 and above. As prices ranging around $69,000, there's some liquidity building up on both sides. Let's not forget, too, I guess I should bring this up because this is important. $69,000 is literally the former all-time high. I know we feel like, Bitcoin did go to $70,000, but no, technically we have pinpointed, check that out, we have pretty much pinpointed the all-time high from back in November of 2021. So this is now where Bitcoin sits. You can see that denoted by that dotted red line. This level, guys, is going to be interesting as we move forward. Maybe we will see a base of support being built upon 69,000 before we start moving up again. So the price has been ranging around that level. An accompanying chart showing liquidity concentrations for the BTC USDT perpetual swaps pairs on the largest global exchange, Binance. Across BTC order books, however, liquidity was increasingly around spot price, leading to lower volatility, but upping the odds of a liquidity raid later. And pundits are saying this, okay? Keith Allen, co-founder of Trading Resource Material Indicators, stressed the importance of flipping 69,000 to support. So hopefully that is what we see, guys, over the summer, that we see Bitcoin just kind of hanging on and staying above that $69,000 level, building a nice base of support on there. So Allen is saying that. What else do we have down here? From Rect Capital, the consolidation continues, and history suggests it will continue for several more weeks between $60,000 and $70,000. I hope we stay firmly above 60,000, and to be honest with you, in the upper 60s would be nicer. Also, we've got the monthly chart here. So something very interesting that I thought we should be paying attention to for the month of June specifically, because it is the end of May now, moving into June of 2024. The June months leading up to the Bitcoin bull run in the last cycle, so 2020 and 2021, those were the two biggest bull years in the last cycle. We saw a June in the negative, albeit not by much, by negative 3.18% and negative 5.95% respectively. However, in the 2 years in the bull cycle previous, okay, so 2016, 2017, those were the two bull years in that cycle, we saw a June of 27.4 plus 27.14% and plus 10.45% respectively. So, is this cycle going to be more like 2016, 2017 or more like 2020, 2021? That is still yet to be determined. But I'm hoping we're going to see something more like 2016, 2017. That will get prices up higher, which would in turn get XRP and altcoin prices up even higher, and their potential flying higher, I think, than the last bull run. XRP right now trading in and around 0.534. So, just kind of meandering with the market. We can see the crypto space right now. Market cap is at 2.57 trillion. So that's up a little bit. 24-hour volume, though, that is down. So the buying and selling has been tapering off a little bit, but altcoins have been catching up to Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin dominance is below 53, so now it's at 52.9%. And you guys can see greed still staying firmly in the 60s, mid 60s right now. Not as high as we have seen it in the past, obviously, but still doing fairly well. You can see there is a mix of red and green on the charts. So a bit of a cool down phase for Bitcoin and thus for altcoins too. But guys, another great opportunity for buying up, and we can see whales are doing just that. So, when whales are buying Bitcoin, it's because it's the most regulated cryptocurrency at this point in time, and they have the most confidence. But, this transcends into the altcoin market. You got to remember, the altcoins follow Bitcoin. We're trying to find those 100x bangers. And, if your capital that you're investing, I know, for my Patreon subscribers, I'm investing $15,000, or I already have invested $15,000 into the portfolio. We're trying to find those 100x bangers. So there might not be too much more opportunity for that. As we're seeing here, Bitcoin, big Bitcoin buyers are buying in. They are now returning with strong buying force again, indicating that the current prices are suitable for purchasing and accumulating despite the widespread fear. Analysts cited a rise in the 30-day % change in whale holding addresses alongside a rising total BTC balance held by whales. In on-chain terms, a whale is an owner of a Bitcoin address holding between 1,000 and 10,000 BTC. So that's what they're looking at here. This one from cryptoquant.com. And if I click on that, I just want to get this a little larger here. You guys can see price going down a little bit, 30% day change, or rather, sorry, that's the 30% day change. The price here is in white, and the total balance, that is the fuchsia pinky color here, and that is moving up. So we are seeing more price accumulation from whales. And so, like I said, taking a look at this list, looking at all these cryptocurrencies that have potential, which ones are going to be 100x bangers from this point in time? I mean, maybe there's still 50x left in some of these. But again, guys, this might be one of those last opportunities to get into some of these cryptocurrencies. You can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you are interested. It is only $5 a month. And so all these concepts I'm going to be going into more detail at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Bringing up the Bitcoin chart, just wanted to show you guys where we are today. So let's look at the former Bitcoin bull run, okay, from here. And the top of the market from back in 2017 was up here. And then boom, we had the top retrace. So at this point in time, we're here now in the current market. You can see how much we have this. So this was the first leg of the bull run. And now, guys, the second leg of the bull run is after this point here. So we are in and around here, and we're seeing this here. Let me clear some of that out and punch in here. We are seeing a retracement now for that trend. Now you compare that to what we're seeing today. And this is the trend a little bigger here, but this is basically where we're at today. So finding those 100 banger coins, remember how many of those altcoins did overperform in that last leg of the bull run. A great opportunity here, I think. And for those of you guys who are part of the Patreon, you know already that I use the Bitrue exchange. Bitrue, guys, is XRP centric. So for those of you guys holding a lot of XRP, well, it's good for that too. Here's the Bitrue CEO talking about just that, courtesy of XRP Drops. Listen to this.
I'm CEO and co-founder of Bitrue. So Bitrue is a crypto exchange. We launched ourselves last July, and then one big move we decide is that when we launch ourselves, we decide to opt in XRP as our best currency. So today, Bitrue is XRP central exchange. We are not just adopt XRP as best currency. On top of that, actually, we also build a lot of financial service product for XRP as well. For example, we are probably the very first exchange offer earning interest while you holding XRP on Bitrue. And then just like a month ago, we also launched crypto-backed loan for XRP. That means today you can not just earn XRP while you hold XRP on Bitrue, but instead you can also pledge XRP as a collateral and then borrow USDT, stablecoin, or Bitcoin for other purpose. So this is very important. So we actually, Bitrue, I would say, adopt XRP as base currency is just one single step. But on top of that, we're building something else. There's a financial service for XRP, have more scenario for XRP, and we even run an XRP validator as well. So try to decentralize the whole ecosystem. And then we were even discussing that what could be the future of Xbreen, what could be the future of the XRP, and what kind of thing we can work together to make this whole Xbreen on-demand liquid become bigger and bigger, make it really full adoption. Ripple help us to bring us to the community and then bring the community to Bitrue.
So Ripple does stand behind Bitrue as well, as you guys can see here. That's why I use them. That's why I'm trading on Bitrue. They've got a lot of support for many different cryptocurrencies, and finding those last ones, guys, making sure that we can maximize our gains in the height of the bull run, the last leg of the bull run, as we are seeing, we are now in that leg, and that leg generally produces the best results. So just wanted to bring that up too, guys. It's looking positive. Donald Trump just came out at the Libertarian National Convention yesterday saying just this.
And I will also stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto. We're going to stop it. I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
Keeping Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your cryptocurrency, guys. So that coming from the MAGA War Room here, originally posted by Meta Lawman. I can think of another more efficient way to keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. Elect John Deaton for Senate. So, that is also important, guys, if you are in Massachusetts and John Deaton is one of your candidates. Another great opportunity there to keep America pro-crypto. Now, Crypto Eddie, she posted this. Help me understand all the talk on XRP ETFs. So there's been a lot of talk over the last couple of days now. ETPs and ETFs are not the same thing. There are at least two already, she says, quite large asset-backed ETPs. I believe these are ETPs. Yeah, these are not ETFs. So 21 shares in Valor. SBI, Mr. Katau said crypto ETFs are coming soon, though, with the help from an American issuer. So what am I missing? Utility down here saying, ETPs aren't the same. And Crypto Eddie responding, ETPs is a catch-all term that includes various types of securities that trade. ETFs are primarily passively managed funds that track an index, while ETPs can include all kinds of products. For a better description of what these are, guys, I just wanted to play you this quick clip and why it's going to be important to see XRP ETFs moving forward. Listen to this.
ETP stands for Exchange Traded Product. Put simply, this is a tradable security that can be bought and sold like a stock. ETP is the umbrella term that covers three main categories: ETF, ETC, and ETN. ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. This is a basket of securities that track an underlying index, like the S&P 500 or FTSE 100. According to UCITS rules, you need a certain level of diversified underlying holdings to be classified as an ETF. An ETC is an exchange-traded commodity. ETCs track and fluctuate with the price of a commodity like gold, silver, or crude oil. ETN means exchange-traded note. ETNs are unsecured debt notes which are usually not backed with any physical assets. However, they can provide access to more niche investments like single stocks, the VIX, or even cryptocurrencies. Leveraged shares ETPs have characteristics of all three subcategories. The underlying assets are ring-fenced as with an ETF, they are fully collateralized like an ETC, and can provide exposure to more exotic investments like an ETN.
So this is a broader kind of idea, broader definition of what these things are. And when it comes to ETF specifically, this one courtesy of XRP Drop, similar to a mutual fund, an exchange-traded fund contains a basket of investments that can include stocks and bonds. An ETF usually tracks an underlying index such as the S&P 500, but it can follow an industry sector, commodity, or even a currency. So having one of these, specifically for XRP, guys, laser focus, not so much the concept of an ETP, which we have discussed in the past, but ETPs are more of these umbrella products that can bring so much more into the fold. These products, though, guys, the ETFs are traded on like the traditional stock market. So getting that institutional money in is important. And this is why I think XRP ETFs are going to be really important moving forward. Now, I didn't know that Yoshitaka Katao said that the ETF is coming soon. I hope that this is an ETF and not another ETP. Because again, institutional inflows is what's going to separate the big guys from the small players in the crypto space moving forward. So we've already got the Bitcoin one, and the Ethereum one has now been greenlit. Hopefully we do see a Solana, perhaps an XRP ETF moving forward. So just to clarify that, I will link this tweet in the description. I know there's a lot of information here if you guys do want to read a more broader definition of this, courtesy of XRP, drops here on Twitter. The other thing, guys, is that now that we're seeing Elizabeth Warren's anti-crypto crusade shrinking here, as Christopher Giancarlo says, it is a shrinking iceberg. As Trump is coming in saying these things, we're really seeing this attempt to corral crypto really kind of fade, and it's kind of funny. So Forbes just put out this article here, guys. The Honorable Chris Giancarlo served as the 13th chairman of the SEC, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. He was also a member of the U.S. Financial Stability Oversight Committee. And guys, this is just an interview here, not going to go over the full thing, but basically he said right down in here when he was asked, the first piece of crypto-specific legislation passed both chambers and Congress, even though it does seem likely that President Biden will veto the SAB 121. What are your general thoughts about it and what that says about the legislative climate towards crypto right now? Giancarlo did respond. I think it says that Elizabeth Warren's wing is a shrinking iceberg. When the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer signs to rebuke 121, that's a pretty good statement. And Ashley Prosper bringing up the obvious, guys. You know what else is a shrinking iceberg? Yeah, the imagery, the symbolism is spot on, and it is perfect. And Bearable Guy was on top of this all the way back in 2020. He knew exactly what was going to happen, and now we're seeing it happen before our eyes. So this is all very, very positive. I mean, we're getting steps in the right direction. Donald Trump coming out being very bullish on cryptocurrency over the last few days, even to the point where he's saying this. Now he's making public statements about cryptocurrency specifically. Bank XRP posting this: Trump gets the crypto vote. I'm very positive and open-minded to cryptocurrency companies and all things related to this new and burgeoning industry. Our country must be the leader in this field. There is no second place. Crooked Joe Biden, on the other hand, the worst president in the history of the country, wants it to die a slow and painful death. That will never happen with me. On top of which, this is what he also said at the Libertarian Convention. Donald Trump vows to commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to time served if he is elected president. He's already served 11 years. We're going to get him home. And here's just a quick clip of Donald Trump saying just that. Listen to this.
And if you vote for me on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served. Served 11 years. We're going to get him home.
So I don't know if you guys know the story here. Ross Ulbricht, or Ulbricht, is the imprisoned founder of Silk Road, the darknet marketplace. I didn't want to bring that one up. I just wanted to bring up this, I just wanted to bring up the image here. I will link that link in the description for more detail, but he was the founder of Silk Road, the darknet marketplace that included criminal activity such as the transaction of drugs that users paid for in cryptocurrency. So there's a whole crypto faction to this. And I mean, yes, drugs are illegal. You shouldn't be doing that. However, he was put in the box, not the actual people selling the drugs, just because he facilitated the marketplace and used cryptocurrency. And this is why there's such a large faction of pro-crypto proponents who are pro-Ross Ulbricht. He's basically a hacker. The site ran from 2011 to 2013 when it was shut down by the government. Claims that his intentions for founding the site were altruistic, but he was still sentenced to life in prison on serious charges, including conspiracy to traffic narcotics. So that is the story there. Donald Trump here, really giving people what they want, freedom. And this does bode well for this entire community. The crypto libertarians, those who want a free society, and it's looking like it is shaping up to be this. Now, on the heels of that, guys, another bit of a conspiracy here that I wanted to share with you guys. XNS, have you heard of this? The XNS is a decentralized domain registry service on the XRP ledger. Now this is how it's transformed, how it's transpired, I think, since the early 2020s. The XNS is a decentralized domain registry service on the XRP ledger. Get yourself a unique ID today if you're interested in that. And I will link, I'll link this in the description. Basically, though, this is the only function of XNS today. It's not equated to the XRP cryptocurrency. However, it does play a role in the XRPL ecosystem. That is until you do a little bit more digging, guys. A couple of years ago, this article came out. The Ripple-affiliated cryptocurrency called XRP has just turned 10 years old. Apart from Bitcoin and Dogecoin, it is the only OG cryptocurrency that managed to remain amongst the biggest cryptocurrencies by market cap. It was founded by these founders. On June 2nd, 2012, Brito submitted lines of code that created 100 billion tokens that were then called XNS. So XRP, guys, was actually called XNS back in the day. And now XNS is just the decentralized domain registry service for the XRP ledger. So they've repurposed the name to give it this new application. However, back in the day, Arthur Brito did originally create the 100 billion tokens that were called XNS. Even David Schwartz came on the record 4 years ago, said Jed McCaleb, Arthur Brito, Chris Larson, and I created what is now called XRP when we launched what is now called the XRP ledger. But at the time, they were called new coins, XNS coins, and rippled, pronounced Ripple D. So this is all very interesting information. Luckily for us, guys, Ito Farina has been digging further down the rabbit hole and found this. Bitcoin was started by the NSA, so we've talked about this in the past. To eliminate cash transactions and to have total surveillance over every transaction around the world. Everything you need to know is in plain sight. Satoshi Nakamoto, or NS, is an organization. Now, the reason he reversed the letters there, in Japanese, the surname inherited by the father comes before the given name. So that would make sense if we're following Japanese tradition. Currencies not issued by any country always start with the letter X. This is a standard practice in the financial world. And so XRP was initially called XNS. X equals no country and NS equals National Security Agency. It reads, the currency of the National Security Agency, or NSA, Nakamoto Satoshi. And check this out. So XNS was XRP. Jed committed on November 4th, 2012. And now, guys, this is Bitcoin 2.0. If we follow the timeline and if we assume David Schwartz did work with the National Security Agency back in 1988, did come up with the blueprint for the XRP ledger, basically the idea for distributed ledger technology, and also created Bitcoin under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. You put all this into perspective, and it makes sense. Calling XRP XNS may have been too on the nose back then, but now, guys, now they're hiding it in plain sight. XNS is now the decentralized domain registry service on the XRP ledger, whereas now they've changed the name to XRP. So Satoshi Nakamoto is the organization. The NSA, obviously the National Security Agency, that same agency that David Schwartz did work for in the latter years of the 20th century. And so, yes, this is the prototype. It took me years to realize NS stood for National Security Agency. The human mind can't really see things in plain sight. Interesting story. Satoshi Nakamoto's true identity remains a mystery, sparking various speculations. That's quite a theory. It's fascinating to see the various perspectives on cryptocurrency origins. So guys, perhaps another mystery has been solved. Something else pointing us to the NSA, connected to David Schwartz, is connected to XRP, which would mean that this has been in the plans for a very, very long time. We just need to get that regulatory clarity in place before everybody starts using XRP. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.